أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله ربي اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. I welcome you all to this today's class 15A lesson. Understand Al-Quran the easy way, part 1, Salah. Yes. Ij'alni. What is the meaning of ij'alni? Make me, make them, makes me, make him. A, B, C, D. Ij'alni. Yes.
A.
Okay. The next is wafil akhirata, mean in the hereafter and in the end and in the hereafter in the end. A, B, C, D.
C. C.
C.
C.
Let's have the third question. Watawaso, mean and they taught each other and they advised each other and they benefits each other and they help each other. A, B, C, D.
B.
Advice.
In today's lesson, inshallah, we will study the Surah Al-Nasr, and along with we will study if'al, ifta, mean we will make amr. It's a very important clause because amr is different than the madi and the mudar. We have three tenses. Madi, we studied fa'ala, fa'alu, fa'alta, fa'altu, fa'altu, fa'al. Mudari, yafalu, yafaluna, tafalu, afalu, tafaluna, nafal. Now we are today starting the third one, which we were always referring. There is amr, 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 amr. Now we will see how amr is made and what is the amr. By the end of this 15th lesson, inshallah, we will cover 186 words, which almost comes in Mus'haf more than 37,000 times. And our target is 40,000. We are just near to our target. Alhamdulillah. Let's have the introduction of this surah. According to the Abdullah bin Abbas, may Allah be pleased with him, this surah is the last complete surah of the Quran that was revealed to the Prophet ﷺ. After this surah, some verses of other surahs were revealed, but complete surah was not there any. This was the last. The enemies of Islam were defeated in Arabia and people were accepting Islam in groups because there was no one to scare them or confuse them by telling false things about Islam. They got the freedom to accept it. Let's start. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح وأرأيت الناس يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا فسبح بحمد ربك واستغفره إنه كان توابا. إذا جاء نصر الله والفتح. See, 4 letters, important. Any verse having 4 or less than 4 words is most important in Masr. Iza, when, Ja'a, comes, Nasru, Nasru means the help. Who's Allah, the help of Allah. Wal Fath, and the victory. Iza, when joined with some Mazi word, it gives the translation of present. Izaja, ja actually meaning ja, he came. It's the past verb. But when Iza comes with this, it changes the meaning from past into future. Or the mudare means present. Izaja, when comes, what comes? Nasrullah, mean the help of Allah. And what happened? Wal fath, and the victory. You get the success on all enemies. What you have to do, we will see in next verse. Here, you have to see the structure or constructions of wal fath. Wa, if remove it, al fath. Yes, is it a noun, war, or a harf? What is this? What is
Noun.
it? If it's a noun, it's a singular or plural?
Singular.
Singular. If it's singular, it's a masculine or feminine?
Masculine.
Masculine.
If it's masculine, it's a common or it's a mass form?
Common.
Mean it's a common noun, not the proper noun. It's a what's that? Alif lam is showing is a proper noun.
Sorry, honey, proper. Sorry.
You are making me also confused. I should be careful. Get impressed by your answers. Iza means when, and it has second meaning also. What? Iza, there are two words, is and iza. Both have the same meaning, when. When they join with the verb, just like ja mean came, and when we add the iza, it changes the meaning to present, when he comes. From past in present tense. Nasr, it is actually a noun. Nasrullah. The table we studied, we have not completed yet. When we will complete, the table will appear like that. Nasara, Nasaru, Nasarta, Nasartu, Nasartu, Nasarna. Yansuru, Yansuruna, Tansuru, Ansuru, Tansuruna, Nansuru. Unsur, Unsuru, La Tansur, La Tansuru. Nasirun, Mansurun, Nasrun. Nasr. Simply we say Nasr. Nasir, Mansur, Nasr. Actually they are Nasirun, Mansurun, Nasr. But normally what we say Nasir, Mansur, Nasr. This Nasr is actually the root which is called Masdar, the mother letter. It is the Masdar, mother letter, from which the all letters or the verbs or the nouns arises. So here this is the Nasr, this is that Nasr. When we will study this, we complete the Nasr table, there I will again refer to you this Nasr. So Nasr is a noun. How you come to know it's a noun? Because I am telling you, I am teaching you it is a noun. Okay? You have to remember this. Nasr is known. Why it is known? Because in the table it comes in the place of mother verb. That is masdar. It's a masdar. So it's a all the masdar they are known. To open. But here it is also a noun because you identified alif lam, but actually it is also come from that table. Fataha, fatahu, fatahta, fatahtu, fatahtum, fatahna. This was mazi. Yaftahu, yaftahuna, taftahu, aftahu, taftahuna, naftahu, mudare. Now amar. Iftah, iftahu, la taftahu. Fatihun, maftuhun, fatahun. But simply we say fatih, maftuh, fatah. We say fatah. This is also the master. So that is the reason it is a noun. And alif lam is attached, so it is showing you the indication of noun. Actually, it is from them. Both the word nasr and fatah, they are from that. Because you are all senior people, you have already attending or also attending so many courses, you have gone these tables. But here you should be know clearly in mushaf at time the masdars come without any sign of showing it's a noun. Just like Nasr is not showing us any sign of what? Noun, or neither it's showing the sign of verb. There are signs of verb we study later on. Rather, we have studied already. When I was teaching Mudare, I told you signs of Mudare. Ya, ta, hamza, noon, kad, saufa, sa. They all the sign of verb. So we don't see any sign of verb. We don't see the sign of this noun. Alif lam, waw, noon, tanween, nothing. But you should recognize from your exercise of tables. The masdars. The masdars at time appears in Mashaf like this. The victory, mean the conquest of Makkah in 8th Hijri of when it was conquested in 8th Hijri. So visualize and feel. Let's to have the message. With Allah's help, only things can do. The victory here refers to the conquest of Makkah in the 8 years of Hijrah. Ask, oh Allah, grant us your help in everything we do. If we wait, it took 23 years of hard work and complete devotion of Allah, after which Allah's help. The Prophet struggled for 23 years, then this success came. It was not difficult for Allah. From the day of when he should have, but it was the trials of all those non-believers and those which were between the believers and the non-believer, mean munafiqeen. This was the trial of them. And after that struggle of 23 years, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala saying that, Iza ja nasrullah wal fath. When you see the help of Allah come and the victory come, then what you are to do, we will study next. Plan, what can I do today, this week, or at that stage in my life? One must make an individual, a collective plan so that we also receive the help of Allah. One should spend his money, his time, his resources, and his abilities to serve the deen of Islam. If you are a student, then do your best to excel in studies so you serve Islam the best. So, alimu uktubu. Yes, Izaja means when you come, when they come, when it comes, when you comes. ABCD. Yes, which one is correct? Izaja.
C.
Okay. Nasrullah, translate the deen of Allah, the help of Allah, the order of Allah, the praise of Allah. ABCD.
B.
B. Help.
B. Help of
Next question is, in which year of Hijrah was Makkah conquest?
Acha.
In 10th years of Hijrah, in 90th years of Hijrah, in the 8th years of Hijrah, in 7th years of Hijrah.
C.
C. Okay. The next ayat has come. Wara'aitan nas. And you see. Wa mean and wa'aita and you see. Ta. Ta. Just like fa'alta. This is that. Fa'alta, fatahta, nasarta, ra'aita. Ra mean see. Ta you. When you see what? Annas, the people. Yes. Here we have the word annas. Is it a noun in the word? What is this?
Noun.
Is it a word?
Noun.
Proper noun.
Two things are clear. It's a noun, it's a proper noun. Now two things are left. First, after that, is a plural or a singular?
Singular.
Being the time we consider your, because you don't find any sign or you are not taught yet. So let's leave this question. It's a singular. Is it a feminine or masculine?
Feminine.
Is masculine. The feminine is nisa. Okay, let's see. Wamin and ra'aita, you saw. Why is here conjunction? It is joining the previous ayah with this. Previous was izaja. So here we will say iza is hidden. Iza is maquf, means hidden. So by ra'aitu and you see. What see? Annas. See, word is insan. Insan is singular. mean men. We don't say women. Nas. Nas is the plural. We say people or we say men. The plural of men is men, M-E-N, men or people. In the same way, we say imra. Imra means women. And when we say nisa, the plural of imra means many women, more than 2 women, a group of nisa. So here it's clear, it's insan is a masculine.
Yes.
If it was not masculine, the translation should have been human being. It may be meaning of. There are some words which represent both classes of feminine and masculine, and there we don't have any distinction. That may be feminine and that may be also masculine. There are few words, but here is clear. The people from different tribes of Arabia, here the different people from different groups belonging to our regions, they came as a group, after group, to accept Islam. Next is Yadukhuluna fi dinillah. Yadukhuluna. It is, what is this? Okay. Fail half. What is this?
Mudari fail.
It is what? Mean fail. Second question come. If it is, if fail, which fail it is? Madi, Mudare, Amar. We have
Mudare.
It is Mudare. If it is Mudare, the next questions come. Is it singular or plural?
Plural.
Plural. If it is plural, the next questions come. It is masculine or feminine?
Masculine.
Because Wanun is used for the Wanun, Yanun used for the masculine. For the feminine, we use Alifta. So, thus you will again have 4 questions. First, is it a fail or half? If you say it's a fail, the second question, which fail it is? Mazi, Mudare, Amar. The third question, after identifying either is a Mazi, Mudare, Amar, you have to ask, is a singular or plural? And the last question again is a. So any letter when you find in Mus'haf and you say it's ism, you have to ask 4 questions. If you say it is fail, again you have to put the 4th question. This will be the pattern. I will do it for you for a few lessons, then you will become used to this. So yadkhuluna, the whole entry at airports, and those people who are living in states or countries, they find there on airport the whole kharuj, the whole entry. Kharuj means exit. Yadkhuluna fi, entering where? Deen Allah means Deen al-Islam, the way of life of Islam. Here is a difference. See, in religion, Christianity, they don't have a system. In communists, they don't believe in religion. This is the Islam, which believe in both. It's a religion as well as system. Our religion is Deen al-Islam. We have the religion with the system, mean the worldly system. We don't separate that. The religion is separating and the worldly things are separate. No, they joined as a deen. Deen tells us the way of having both things in our life. We can't leave anyone and we can, just the Christian, what they did, they become 2 groups. One, which is the religious people. They bound to the church, just like they have the bishop and the nuns, and they are the system of religion. And the rest people, they are the part of the community or word the system. In communism, they don't accept religion. They say they are no God, no religion. They are communists. They say there is only a system, in the worldly system, the world mechanism and law and everything. But Islam does not accept either. It has, you have to join the two. You have to move with the two. You can't bond to one only. يدخلون في دين الله أفواجا. Yes. Who will tell me what is this? أفواجا. اسم فعل حرف.
Ism.
Ism, because you see the double fatah. Tanween. Okay. The next question is ready. It is proper noun or the common noun? Mean?
Proper noun.
Marfa,
Common.
common, because there is no alif lam. And third question is a singular or plural?
A plural. Forge. Forge is
Plural, yes. Forge is the singular, crowd. And afwaj is the plural of that, forge, afwaj. If it's a plural, then last question. Feminine.
Masculine.
masculine.
In Arabic, there is a rule in grammar. It's a rule, I'm not saying from myself. All the nouns, or the every noun, let's to make it more concise. Every noun in Arabic will be considered masculine until unless it's proved feminine. What I said, every noun in Arabic is considered or will be taken as a masculine until unless it is proved that it is a feminine. And how we prove? We prove either with the signs of the feminine, just like round ta at the end, or we have alif mamduda, alif maksura, or we have heard it from the net use, from the dictionary, from the teacher. It is a feminine word. Just like I usually say samawat, I say sama is the feminine, ars is the feminine, nar is the feminine. In same way, there are so many words, they are feminine. We teach, we learn from some. Until unless somebody tell us, we should take it masculine. Fauj is the singular, Fauj is the plural. Then let's here the people refers to the different tribes of the Arabia who entered in Islam after the conquest of Makkah. There are two meanings of the judgment and system of life. Here, deen refers to the system of life. People entering the deen means that they have become Muslims. The result of victory and help from Allah, people getting the guidance and entering the fold of Islam. Are we helping others to understand Islam so that they can get the best of this word in the hereafter? That's the questions. Let's look at the next part. فَسَبِّ بِحَمْدِ رَبِّكَ وَاسْتَغْفِرْهُ. Four letters. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. فَسَبِّ. Then glorify. What? Biham, with the praise. Who? Rabbika, your Lord. Wastaghfiru, and ask forgiveness. Yes. Who will make this word wastaghfiru? How many parts? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Three. Wow.
Three.
Istaghfarhu.
You are right. Fa mean then or thus. Sabbi mean glorify. Thus or then glorify. Sabbi mean Allah is free from all this. Sabbi tasbih. It is the tasbih. Tasbih is those things which negates defects in Allah. Those words which negate defects in Allah are called tasbih. And hamd is those words which only praises Allah. They are called hamd. So there is a difference between hamd and tasbih. Hamd mean praise. Let it have come. Hamd mean attributing positiveness. Means the positive thing. Just praising. We say Allah is Rahman, Allah is Rahim, Allah is Kareem, Allah is Alim. They all are praising words, attributing. And tasbih is negation of some negativeness. As we are weak, we sleep, we eat, we have our children, we have our needs. Allah subhanahu is free from all that. He never feels thirst. He is never hungry. He does not need any food. He does not need any children. They all are the defects. So we negate. Lam yalid wa lam. These are the tasbih. We say, for sabbi means tasbih, negation. So these are the two different words. Rabbika, two words. Rabbi means your Rabb, the one who takes care of us and help us. Wastaghfiru. There come the parts. Wa, istaghfir, and wa and astaghfir, ask forgiveness. Let's see. Sabbi means says Subhanallah. Allah is free from any defect, deficiency, or imperfections. He does not need anybody's help. He is not weak. He is not under pressure of anyone. He has no son or father. Helps alone in his entirety. He has rights. He is not forced by anybody, and nobody can force him. He is super power. How can you praise someone against when you have a complaint, however small it may be? It is for this reason that we often see the words Alhamdulillah mentioned after Subhanallah. Because when we say Subhanallah, Allah is free from all defects, we say Alhamdulillah, we praise, we say Hamd. So Tasbih and Hamd goes along. Oh Allah, whatever defect was there in our good deeds, please forgive us for that. Oh Allah, whatever our tasbih and hamd are defective, you forgive us for that. For that also, we should ask His forgiveness. Whenever we get the opportunity to perform a good deed, we should immediately do tasbih, hamd, and ask for forgiveness. Alimun. Innahu kana tawwaba. The last verse has reached innahu. Two part. Inna means indeed, who, he. Innahu, we had the table. Innahu, innahum, innaka, inni, innakum, innana. Kana means is. Tawwaba means often. Kana actual meaning is was. Kana meaning is was. But here we are using is, mean the present. It's the past translation word. This is actually also a verb. Kana is a type of. This verb is for the past. But here we are translating in present because Allah Subhanahu is not past. He is present, He was present, He will present. He is from the beginning, He is from the end. This end and beginning is in reference and context to our understanding, where this universe started, where this our universe will end. We talk about this and we don't know beyond of that. We don't know anything about that. So He is from ever and ever, and He will remain the ever and ever. And all the left is the creation. They will finish one day. So this is the meaning of Kana. For Him is. He never can say He was. Never ever we say, whenever we will use any verb for the Allah Subhanahu, it will always be having the meaning of present. Though it may be from Mazi, maybe Mudari, maybe Amr. But meaning is that He is, He was, is, He will is. There is no was and will for Him. He is the He. Kana was, the regular meanings of Kana was, but for Allah, Kana here means is, and I explained you, is mean nothing except that His presence ever and ever and ever. And imagine what is ever and ever. Because we have a limited life, so we can consider us. Yes, from the beginning of Adam, at the end of the last man, our beginning of this universe and end of this universe is our beginning and end. But for Him, there is no end, no beginning. Type, one who turns. Tawab, one who turns often. And tawab is the plural, mean often forgiving. Tawab. Tawab is the singular and tawabun and tawabin is the plural. Allahumma ij'alni min at-tawabin. We have studied this one. So with this we end with our first part. Now we will proceed to the second, that is of course the grammar part. Let's start the grammar part. Yes, I never forget the TPI. I always, because grammar is learned by two things. One is the TPI, other is the DOI. And my whole stress is that you should learn the steps of TPI and you should understand the base of the dialogue. That is my purpose. So if you understand that, then it becomes very easy to learn things. Hear it, see it, say it, show it, love it, do it together. Hear it, see it, think it, say it, show it, love it, do it together. These sign and moving hands indicating that different parts of body means that use your ears, eyes, brain, and tongue, and your hands, and your smell, and your senses to learn the grammar. It means that. Every word or three, I just have the in revision in detail, ism, fail, harf. Then fal, I told you everything in the revision, fal, fataha, and nasara, daraba. And of course, the mazi, mudare, amar, I just have in revision. This was also, we have revised in revision. What the mari, in madi, the changes appear in end. They are either fatah for huwa, wa for the hun, ta for the anta, tu for ana, tu for antum, na for nahnu, and the silent ta is for hiya. Silent ta means sakun. In mudare, the changes appears or the signs appear in front of the word, just like ya, ta, hamza, nun. So there are these four only signs. Yafalu, yafaluna, tafalu, afalu, tafalu, nafalu, and here again tafal. So these are the four signs which are called the signs of mudare. Now we also repeated our the important the base I call is base, the mother table, mother table. Fala, he did. Falu, they did. Falta, you did. Faltu, I did. Faltu, all did. Falna. In this table, this fala is the most important word in whole grammar. Whole grammar run on this word, fala. It has three parts. Part one is called letter number 1. Second is called letter number 2. Third is called letter number 3. The first letter here is fa. So we say in grammar, the first letter, what is the first letter? First letter is fa. What is the second letter? See here, it is the ain kalma. We say ain kalma is the second letter in grammar. And what is the third letter? We call lam kalma. Lam kalma is the third letter. So we have three letters basically in grammar. Fa kalma, ain kalma, lam kalma. Or you may say first letter, second letter, third letter. Whichever you can understand, you can memorize that. First letter is always fa, second letter is always ain, the third letter is always lam. So far it's clear. Let's move for the mudare table. Mudare, yafalu, he does or he will do. Yafaluna, they do or they will do. Tafalu, you do or you will do. Afalu, I do or I will do. Tafaluna, you all do or you all will do. Yafalu, we do or we all will do. So here, if I ask you, what is the first letter in this yafal? Yes, sister.
Fa.
Remember, this ya is not the letter of this verb. It is the sign of mudari. It is not part of the verb. It is the sign, mean the added word. It is not the original word. So if even you see the yaf'aluna, if I ask what is the third letter in yaf'aluna, what is that?
Lam.
Lam kana, because waw nun is the additional words. They are representing the plural sign. They are again the sign letters. They are the plural sign. And ya is the sign. So when you want to know the first, second, third letter in any word, what you have to do? You have to remove the sign letter from the beginning. If it is the sign letter and then remove them, you will clearly see three letters in front of you. If I remove in from tafalu ta, if I remove waw nun, what is left? Fa in first, second, third letter. Fa, first, second, and third is now. This is now clear. Those who are in the revision class, the new, of course, they don't know what we have talked today. Any sister which was present in the revision class, if don't understand this, then I can explain again, because it's a new thing which was not in revision class. In the revision class, we just talk first, second, third letter and fa and lam. Here I'm talking another extra thing. Are you all that clear? Those 3 or 4 who were in the revision class, what I have said. How we find out the basic letters, mean first letter, second letter. We say all words basically are made of 3 letters. Fa and lam is the example. Nun swadra is the example. Fa taha is the example. Sin mim and is the same, and sin mim and is the symbol. But all these, they are first, second letter identified by the fa and lam, because in grammar, whole grammar in the Arabic run on these 3 letters. Letter 1, 2, 3, mim, fa and fa and lam. If you get a word which is composed of more than 3 letters, how to find out the root letter? Remove the sign from the beginning and from the end. The 3 letters will be visible. Yes, here we have 4 letters, ya, fa, and la. Ya is the sign. Remove. What is left? Fa and la. In the first, second, and third letter. Here, ya faluna, you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many? 6 letters I see. Ya, fa, and 3. Lam, vav, noon, 3. 6 letters. How to find out the 3 basic letters? Remove the extra letter. Ya is the sign. Remove. Vav, noon is the sign of noon. Remove. What is left? Fa and 3. Now it's easy. Okay. We will skip to the questions. We want a clear concept of the Amr. I say after this class, you should never have any problem in Amr. Sofa is a new word. Sofa means soon. If we add this word with mudari, it will be translated very soon. If we don't have even time to say sofa, then we add sa. Sa means very soon. It is more than the soon. That's it. Sofa yafalu, soon he will do. Sofa yafaluna, soon they will do. Or sofa tafalu, soon you will do. Sofa afalu, soon I will do. Sofa tafaluna, soon you all will do. Sofa nafalu, soon will. See, here I'm not doing double translation. Have you noted? When say yafalu, I say he will, he do, he does, or he will do. Yafaluna, they do or they will do. Tafalu, you do or you will do. Tafalu, I do or I will do. Tafaluna, you do or you will do. Nafalu, we do or do. But here I'm not using, I'm just having only one translation. So see, sofa yafalu, soon he will do. It fixes, sofa fixes for the future. It stops the meanings of present in mudari. it fixes the mudari for future. If you want any word translation, it should be used for the future. Use the word sofa. And if you are in a too hurry, use sa. So who will repeat this table, please? Raise a hand. Yes. Who is ready? Okay, near.
Yes. Yes, sir. Sofa yafalu. Soon he will do. Sofa yafaluna. Soon they will do. Sofa tafalu. Soon you will do. Sofa afalu. Soon I will do. Sofa tafaluna. Soon you all will do.
Sofa nafal. Sofa nafal. So soon we. So this is the complete.
Sofa soon we will do.
If we don't have a more time to say so far, we are in so hurry, we will say Sayafalu. Very soon he will do. Sayafaluna. Very soon they will do. Satafalu. Very soon you will do. Saafalu. Very soon I will do. Satafaluna. Very soon you all will do. Sanafalu. Very soon we all will do. Here, see, means very soon. Yes, no, who would like to repeat? Yes, she. Are you ready to repeat? Yes, she does.
Sayafalu, very soon he will do. Sayafaluna, very soon they will do. Satafalu, very soon you will do. Saafalu, very soon I will do. Satafaluna, very soon you all will do. Sanafalu, very soon we will do.
Very good. Now we will escape the question. Yes. These are the four important base doors of the word or fall. Fataha, yaftahu, ifta. It is having three verbs in QC1. We have selected three verbs only for this in QC1. What are they? Fataha, yaftahu itself. The second is fa'ala, yaf'alu, if'al. The third thing is ja'ala, yaj'alu, ij'al. From the second verb, that is nasara, it is represented with noon sign. Nasara, yansuru, unsur. We have three more words from this verb. They are khalaka, yakhluku, ukhlu. Zakara, yazkuru, uzku. Abada, yabudu, rub. So we have four verbs in the Nasara verb in QC1. We study only these four. There are so many, even in your books at the end, they are given from each verb 10 verbs. But as far the syllabus is concerned, we study 3 from the Fataha, 4 from the Nasara. And the third one is Daraba. From Daraba, we have only one word in the syllabus of QC1. That is Daraba itself. And from the Samia, we have two more words. Samia, Yasmau, Isma, one. The second is Alima, Yalamu, Elam. Third is Amila, Yamalu, Emu. So the three. So it makes how many total? How many were we studying QC1? Yes, any idea?
11.
11. 3 from the Fataha bar. What are they? Fataha, Fa'ala, Jala. Then from the Nasara, we study 4. What are they? Nasara, Khalaka, Zakara, Abada. And from the rest two, we combinedly joined 4. From Daraba, 1. From Samya, Samya, Alima, Amila. So these are the total 11 work in QC1. It's very short syllabus, very easy to memorize and go through their all tables. So today we will study Dhamma. So I was escaping the questions and everything and the minor details to come this. So far we studied there are 3 types of tenses in Arabic grammar. One is Mazi. Fa'ala, fa'alu, fa'alta, fa'altu, fa'altu, fa'alna. That was Mazi. The second is mudari. Yaf'alu, yaf'aluna, taf'alu, af'alu, taf'aluna, naf'alu. The third tense is normally called amaro nahi. Amaro nahi. Actually, its name is amaro nahi. Amar means order, nahi means prevent or stop. So amaro nahi is the third tense in Arabic. Today we are going to start that third one. So it is a new thing, and we are lucky we have reached to this stage. We covered the 11 verbs we passed. We had the 11 tables of past. Fataha, fa'ala, ja'ala, nasara, zakara, khalaqa, abada, then daraba, samira, alim, amila. We have done their past. We have done their mudari also. We have covered the mudari also of these 11. Now we have reached to the third tense, that is amar nahi. Now we will have these 11 words amar and nahi. How to make the amar this question? For amar, we take that second person, singular second person word. Taf'alu. Taf'alu, you do or you will do. What we do, we remove the sign of mudari. And we change this sign on lam kalma, or the third letter, from dhamma to sakun. So it becomes this shape. Fa and lam. Fa is sakun and kalma has fatah. Lam is again sakun. Remember, in Arabic, any word which is starting with sakun is never pronounced. It cannot be pronounced, because for pronunciation we need dhamma, fatah, kasra, or any shape of the harkat. They are called harkat. So what we do, we add a hamza. Say we add hamza with kasra, it becomes af'al. Now you may put a question, why it's kasra? Why not dhamma? Why not fatah? Uf'ul, af'al. Why it is if'al? Yes. Remember, in amar, we can use either kasra, hamza with kasra, or we can use with dhamma, but no fatah. So fatah is out. You can't say it afal. Afal is no word in grammar, because fatah is not permitted for only two, kasra and dhamma. Now the question arises, why I am putting here kasra? Why not the dhamma? If the dhamma is permitted, let's see the answer. This is a second person, taf'alu. I remove the sign, it becomes this shape. I change the lam kalma and add a kasra. It becomes if. See this yafta. I remove the sign, it becomes this shape. I add the hamza, it becomes if. Tadribu. From darababa. I change, add it becomes idrib. Samya. We take tasmo. We have to make from the second person. So from samya, second person is tasmo. Yasmau, yasmauna tasmo. So we take the tasmo. We remove sign, add, it becomes this. It means one way of memorizing from bab fataha, from bab daraba, from samya, it will always be having the hamza with kasra. This is the simplest. The second thing is that if in mudare you find on the ain kalma. What is ain kalma? The second letter. We said fa'ala have three parts. First letter, second letter, third letter. Fa is the first letter, and is the second letter, lam is the third letter. Here we will find what is the second letter. Second letter is here ta. So ta has a fatah. And in daraba, you see the second letter ra has the kasra. In sama, they have the fatah. If they have fatah or they have kasra, in both cases the hamza will be of kasra. This is the second way of memorizing. Because at time, you will be having a word, not knowing which from bab it is. Simply see the second letter of that word. If the second letter has a fatha or a kasra, put blindly kasra with the hamza in amr. So far I am clear. Anybody have a question regarding this kasra? Not clear to it? In two ways. Either you can say all verb coming from fatha bab, coming from daraba bab, coming from sam'a bab, they will have kasra in amr. This is the one way. Second, if you don't want to say bab or you don't know about the bab, then see the second letter in an kalma. Second letter is, because first letter is fa, second is la, and third is na. Whatever the letter may be in the verb, but its position is an kalma. It will become in grammar an kalma, or it will become the second letter. If the second letter has fatah or kasra, just like say in fatah it has fatah, in daraba it has kasra, in samya it has fatah. In either case, we will be kasra. Now we proceed the second. Tansuru. Again the second person. We remove sign, we add here, we will use the dhamma. It will come unsur. See the second person. Tazkur. We add, it become uzkur. Tabudu. We remove the sign, add this, it will become what? Ubud. Takhluqu. We add the sign, we remove the sign, we add the dhamma, it becomes okay. See, in all these we are using dhamma on hamza. Why? Because the second letter. What is second letter here? Yes.
Kaf. Oh, sorry,
Swad.
the swad is not.
Don't change letters. Sister, you will confuse me. I have a very weak heart. I will go into shock. So swad is the second letter and it is representing an kalma. So an kalma is here. What is the second letter in this?
Kaf.
Kaf is again having the dhamma. It is the an kalma represented. And in the third, what is the second letter here? Ba.
Ba.
It is representing the an kalma. It is having the sign dhamma. What is here the second letter in last one?
Lam.
Lam. And it is representing an kalma actually because it's the second letter. So an kalma is in all the three. We will say an kalma of these all, or we can say the second letter of all these. Whatsoever the letter may be, swad, kaf, ba, lam, it may be any letter, but it is in the position of an kalma, or it is in the position of second position of the three letters word. So if the second letter or the an kalma has the dhamma, we will use it. So there are two categories of hamza used in amar. One is with kasra, other is used with dhamma. Where we will use the kasra, now you will tell me. Where I should use the kasra, hamza with whom?
Fatah and kasra. When the second letter of the
Or
verb has.
the simplest way. If they are coming from fatah bab, if they are coming from daraba bab, if they are coming from samya bab, we will use kasra. This is the one simplest. If you don't recognize, then you have to find out the second letter. If the second letter has fatha or kasra, you will use kasra in amar. Where will you use the dhamma? Yes. Who will tell me? In amar, hamza will have dhamma. Who will tell me?
When the second letter.
Second letter is have dhamma. Or you can say all those who are coming from bab nasar.
Nasar.
If the verb is not known from which bab is, then you will go for the second letter, mean the an kalma. And see, whatever the letter is there in an kalma or the second, if it's having dhamma, you put the dhamma. This is the simplest way which can understand. Now we have the practice. If al, do, if alu, do you all, la tafal, don't do, la tafalu, don't do all. The next is the table. Fa'ala, fa'alu, fa'alta, fa'altu, fa'altum, fa'alna, yafalu, yafaluna, tafalu, afalu, tafaluna, nafalu. Now we will add with this the third part, that is what? Amarunai. We have studied the Madi, we have studied the Mudare. Now today we are adding into this table Amarunai. Amar will be if'al, if'alu, la tafal, la tafal. Same way, the 11 table we will take, we add them. For example, here I take ja'ala, ij'al, ij'alu, la tajal, la tajalu. I take here the fatah, ifta, iftahu, la tafta, la taftahu. I take here the nasara. What I should say? From nasara. Nasara bab have come. Unsur, unsur, la tunsur. What about the zakara? Uzkur, uskuru, la tuskura, because it belongs to the nasraba. What about the halaka? Ukhluku,
Ukhluk.
ukhluku, la, ukhluk, la, because it belongs to the bab nasra. What about the abada?
Ubud.
Urbudu, la, because it belongs to the bab nasra. We studied 4 afal in bab nasra. Nasra itself, zakara, halaka, abada. They all have dhamma on their second letter on the end. Now we come to the next. Daraba. Daraba. Idrib, idribu, la tadrib, la tadrib. We come to the samya. Samya. Isma, isma, la tasmu, la tasmu. Alima. Alima. Elam, elam, la ta, elam. La ta'lam, la ta'lam. From amila. Emal, emalu, la ta'lam, la ta'lam. So this way you can practice at your own. Keep the all 11 right on one page, keep page in front of you. And first make mazi from off in first step. Second, you make mudari from off. In third, you make amar. When you do this, then go for the whole table. Take the one by one words from that page and start making this. You just have to do it for a few times. After that, you will be very clear where you will put the kasra in amar, where you put the dhamma, which letter is coming from, which bab. You just have to practice only 11 letters. If I start here, this class, the time is over. Otherwise, in 5 minutes, I could have made all tables for you from this 11. Only when you will become expert, you will, in 5 minutes, you will revise. And after that, you will be able to pass any word from these tables. That is the understanding and standard which is required to us. So ifta, iftahu, la tafta, la taftahu, I have done all the, so ij'al, ij'alu, la tajal, la tajalu, ij'al, ij'alu, la tajal, la tajalu. We will not have the practice. Yes, practice will be in the coming revision class. Okay. Let's to pray. Allah, give us help to recite, understand, ponder, implement, propagate, and memorize the Quran. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdika. Nashhadu an la ilaha illa anta nastaghfiruka wa natubu ilayk.